Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I'm your host, Davion. I'm joined by Oronde.
Get off my lawn.
Whoa.
Matt.
What's up, brother?
And Oron, and Omega.
What's up, brother?
Because it sounded like he said it, and I was like, "What are we doing?" It's funny. Like if you watch all 4 of these videos in a row, you will see. Anyway, today we're back with the Let's Talk NFL series, talking about the Super Bowl second place champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Throughout this entire series, we've been talking about every single team, and throughout the past 3, we've been talking about the NFC West, and particularly the Rams, 49ers, Rams, 49ers, and the other two.
Seattle
Cardinals
and Cardinals.
Yeah. And so today we are talking about the 49ers, and I have a small feeling that they're not going to be as good as everyone's saying. I think they're favored in every single game this season. Am I correct on that? I think I'm 90% sure that they are
Probably. That sounds right.
But I think they're going to lose a little bit more than people are expecting.
Explain why.
And so
Why do you think
I just feel like they're going to come off this Super Bowl, and they're going to have high expectations, high hopes, and like usually the losing team that loses in Super Bowl, they usually fall off the map a little bit more than the winning team does. You just took a loss. I don't think they're going to be like 1-16 by any means, but I don't think they're going to win 14 games this season. I think that's just unheard of. I think when you look at this team, they play some comp this season. I mean, we're gonna talk about the schedule more in depth, but I'm gonna name a couple of teams. They play the Lions, the Packers, the Dolphins. They have Seattle twice, who I think are gonna be a good team. They have the Rams twice, who I think they're gonna be competitive as well. They have the Chiefs,
Yep.
Cowboys, Bills, who it is what it is. And then you have the psych game or the trap game week 1 against the Jets. And so I think there's going to be a lot of games this season where a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's an easy win for the 49ers, but it's going to be a problem for them. And I think they're going to struggle a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with struggle. Like that's what creates a really good team is a little bit of struggle.
Watch the Niners lose to Baker and the Bucks.
And I literally I just saw them and I'm like, yeah.
Look what happened when they lost to the Browns. I mean,
Yeah.
But obviously the Browns have like the best defense in the league at the time, but still. So I just kind of wanted to summarize their offseason. Really, they didn't need to do a lot. They don't need to, as we know. Probably their biggest signings was getting like Leonard Floyd and Gross Matos, just beefing up their D line a little more.
They got Leonard Floyd?
Yeah, 2-year deal. They did beef up their secondary with Rocky Sin. He was good a couple years ago, but I don't know how well he is going to be now.
Real person?
Yeah, that's real. He's real. I remember he had a good stint on the Colts for like a year or two, but
okay, gotcha.
In the draft, they get Ricky Parcells. People were thinking that was just going to be, a replacement of potentially.
Parcell?
Is it
Pearsall?
Parcell or Pearsall? Pearsall?
Let's ask our next door neighbor. He'll probably know Davion. He got Florida.
Florida guy.
Yeah.
So people were thinking this was like insurance if they were to trade Debo or Ayuk. Looks like it's not going to happen, but you never know. I don't know. I kind of feel bad for Ricky Parcells. I hope I'm saying it right. Because to me, like, I don't know if he'll get a lot of game, like a lot of playing time this year because their receiving core is like so loaded already. So like, yeah, I don't know. They'll definitely have to play him, obviously. Like he'll be their third option for sure because you drafted him in the first round for a reason. They also got another receiver in the 4th round, Jacob Cowing from Arizona. Cowing. Apparently he's pretty shift. Like people are comparing him to like Debo as like how well you can like move him around the field and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they just got role players. They didn't really need a lot. So I think this team will still be good, still be dominant. McCaffrey will lead this team to success, not Purdy. I'm a Purdy hater.
Bro, watch your mouth. Stop it. He's the only guy
hater.
wrap up.
Purdy hater.
Sorry.
Certified Purdy hater over
I
here.
apologize.
we go.
I remember my bet. If Purdy won the Super Bowl, I would have bought a Purdy jersey. I'm glad.
Well,
he
what
didn't.
happened? He played the best QB in the league. So
Arguably
No.
gonna be involved, huh?
Hey, Davion, guess what? I think the meeting runs out in 10 seconds.
No, I don't think so.
no.
I don't think so. No, it was just scheduled for 11 o'clock. Don't stop. You're so rude. So what listen, my thing is that let's look at this team. They have one of the best running backs in the NFL, Chris McCaffrey.
The best running back in the NFL.
Okay, yes. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL in Brock Purdy. They have one of the best receiving core in the NFL and Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. One of those two may be gone before the end of the season, but before the beginning of the season. So like, we truly don't know what still has to happen with those two guys. But them going out and also getting Ricky Parcell, like you guys said, and another guy. And so I think this team, like, don't get me wrong, I think they're still a great team. I just think that it's hard getting players back to that mindset and reminding them what the common goal is, especially when they're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. Like when you look at like high school level, like it's easy to show them what the goal is because like, okay, we lost this year, we can go back to that. Like we can still achieve this greatness, but I think it's going to be completely about coaching. And speaking of coaching, I have a question. Kyle Shanahan, right? That's their head coach, right?
Mhm.
Do we think his time is coming close to an end?
Unfortunately, no, because getting to the Super Bowl is still a massive achievement.
Yeah.
Now, winning one is better,
Right.
but he is really good at getting there.
Yeah.
Let's say it's some crazy scenario like the Bills in like the 90s, right? Where they go to four straight, or not four straight, they just make like four, let's say, or like an insane amount, and they lose them all. Like, okay, maybe you can argue he should be fired, but yeah, I think he's got job security for at least probably
What, 4 or 5 seasons?
4 to 5 years right now. Yeah.
And I don't think he should be fired whatsoever. I just think, you get to a point and like player-wise, you get those players or you get those coaches who they just run out, you just need to.
Oh, I mean,
Pete Carroll, like 15 years, I just think his time just ran out. What's his, I don't know if I would call.
At least Pete won one.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But it's like with Kyle Shanahan, we've known like he hasn't performed in the big games, when he was an OC in Atlanta, they blew that lead. Not saying it was the offense's fault. It kind of was because they were not being conservative enough.
Yep.
They lose to the Chiefs in 2020 season. And then they lose last year. So like it's just like weird. And like the fact that like to me, besides Philly, this is like one of the most talented rosters ever. I don't know how you like can't knock off or get at least one Super Bowl out of this.
Well, you got
what makes it worse is they're top 3 in everything that was important.
Exactly. And then like, do you think if they didn't go against Mahomes, they would win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody but Mahomes.
Just Mahomes?
Kinda,
okay. Yeah, he's the problem. Yes.
Not to say it's kind of like what the NBA is dealing with right now. You got what previously was Giannis, now it's Jokic. It's anybody but this singular player that's going to hold you back.
What about Lamar?
Lamar?
I think they're doomed.
You think they lose?
They're doomed to sit behind superiority.
Mm-hmm.
Just get outshadowed. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I think we already had the discussion previously, but it's like the Tom Brady situation. It's like, of course, Brady wouldn't win so many things, but he's over here blocking out everybody else because he's so good.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think I started this comparison last year, but like, I know the Miami Heat, they haven't won anything in a while, but I think they're like the Miami Heat of the NFL. Like they're going to have a pretty mediocre, like the Chiefs, they're going to have a pretty mediocre regular season. They're going to make the playoffs and just kill everybody. And I think that's what the Chiefs are going to do. But when it comes to the Niners, I think they're at a point where it's like, you keep getting to that point, you're going to continue to just build frustration and build frustration,
Especially because they do it with pretty hard schedules.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they've got some fun teams to play this year.
Okay. Let's list them out.
All right. Opening game, prime time. Home game versus the Jets.
Okay. They should win. They should win this, but
should.
this might be a boring game because I think it's just going to be super defensive. That's just me though.
That's a realistic expectation. I'm gonna have to agree with that.
So yeah.
Game 2 in Minnesota.
They'll win. It won't be a fluke like last year.
All right. Then they travel to SoFi Stadium for the Rams.
I think they win that. So it's 3 wins.
Then they host New England. I'm
4.
sorry, but they're probably gonna whoop us.
Drake May.
Stop.
This is the one game I can't root for him. Then they host the Cardinals midday.
5. That's 5 straight, I think.
Then they travel to Seattle prime time.
Lost.
I think that's the opening loss of the season.
No.
I think they lose to Seattle.
6. I'm giving them 6 wins.
Listen, going into the bye week, I think that's a loss.
They still don't have to go. They don't go into the bye week.
They win that and go into the bye week.
No, it's not a bye week. It's just a long break. They just got 10 days off. Sorry.
Here's what I'll say. Okay, what's the next game?
They got 10 days off.
The next game is Chiefs.
10 days
okay,
off.
this is where they lose. Is the Chiefs
after a 10-day break?
No,
they don't. Well-rested team.
They have 10 days off after.
They get. You know what? They get their regular season revenge. They can beat the Chiefs, but
that's true.
Lose to the Seahawks.
The last time they competed in the regular season, the Chiefs killed them.
Yeah.
So that to me, that's this week 7 game is where most likely they will get their first loss. So I think they're 6-1 right now. That's just me.
I think because it's so early, I don't think the Chiefs have turned up yet. I think it's a win for them.
So
they lose to Seattle, I think, personally.
Okay. Wait, but Seattle's good enough?
I don't think it's a matter of being good enough.
But think about this. Think about this. Historically speaking, or statistically speaking, Shanahan is crap before the bye week and 70% winner after the bye week.
Yeah, but the bye. Are you talking about
when is their bye week?
It's not a bye week. They get 10 days off.
So when is their bye week?
Week 9 after Dallas.
So Dallas?
Their next game would be Dallas, week 8.
Why do they have 2 massive breaks?
Because of Thursday Night Football.
Oh my.
So they have a Thursday night game against they have a Thursday night game against Seattle week 6. Then they go to play the Chiefs. Then they go to play Dallas. That's a night game.
Is that Thanksgiving?
No, that's in October.
Shit.
No,
I forgot my months.
I think Dallas plays like the Giants again or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, anyways. They'll kill the Cowboys.
They'll murder the Cowboys.
No offense. Like I think Dallas will be good again this year, but
I don't.
Just not a chance. Okay, so I have at least 8. No, I have 7-1. Going into the bye. I think they're 7-1.
They get Hufanga back this year too.
Yeah, perfect.
That is.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so then week 10 is Tampa.
I think they lose to Tampa.
Coming up bye week, that's a win.
I think that's their random loss. You guys have to throw me a bone here because they're gonna win the rest of their games if they don't.
Okay, that's fair.
My thing is, here's the thing: they either lose Chiefs and Seattle, and then beat everybody else, or they lose Seattle. I mean, because look, they got Seattle.
But do they beat the Lions? Prime time.
That's later on. Hold on.
11.
Okay.
Let's go to 11. They have Seattle again.
Hold on. So sorry, Oronde, you have them losing to the Bucks.
I have them losing to the Bucks.
Does everyone else have them winning?
Yeah. Of course. Everybody else will probably have them winning.
Okay, I'll have them winning. Seattle. Okay, Davion, this is where I think they get their random loss.
At home?
At home, though. I'm saying they lose on the road, not at home.
Let's look at their team. We'll see what happened last season.
I think they lose to the New England Patriots.
So they played in Seattle on Thanksgiving last year. They won. I think they beat them both times, right?
Did they sweep? Hold on, I'm pulling it up.
I think they swept. I think they swept their whole division. I'm not even joking.
I'm looking at the schedule last year right now.
They had to. They only lost to the Browns.
They
lost to the
lost
Browns,
they lost one
Vikings.
division game.
I was gonna say, look at this. They beat the
To who?
doors off. They beat the doors off the Steelers last year, week 1. They beat the Rams by 7. They beat the Giants, blew them out, blew out the Cardinals, blew the doors off Dallas. Then they lost to the Browns week 1, 2, 3.
They lost again.
Week 7, they lost to the Browns.
They
Yeah,
lost
they put
again
the
at
Chiefs
point.
week 7.
So that's the Chiefs, Seahawks, Cowboys little spot, and they lose. This is when they like got into that 3-game back-to-back loss because they
Right.
lost the Browns, the Vikings, the Bengals.
Injuries.
That's right. So what division team did they lose to? Was it Seattle?
I'm trying to find it.
It has to be them or the Rams because no way the Cardinals did
It
it.
might have been the Rams.
It was the Rams' last game of the season.
Okay, so they were playing bench
that's
players, so that
They're-
doesn't matter.
they
So
were-
so
and
they
they lost by
basically
1
swept.
point.
yes, so they basically swept.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh my gosh, the Carson
Telling
Wentz
you.
led that game.
So that's 6. That's 6. That's instantly six wins. We're saying, right?
Carson
I think they sweep the division again.
Okay, so that's instantly 6 wins.
I guess. Okay, so week 12 is Green Bay in Lambeau. I think this is where they lose again. In Lambeau.
I'm matching that.
The pack is
So
back.
so they have two
So they-
losses.
So they lose to the Packers, slaughter the Bills, slaughter the Bears,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
slaughter
whoa,
the Rams.
whoa.
I agree with everything Oronde just said.
No, they're not gonna slaughter the Bills.
Why not?
What?
Why?
Who is going to stop this team?
They're gonna come off of a loss.
Who is
in
going
Green-
to stop
By the way,
this team?
They're gonna come off of a loss in Green Bay. They're gonna stay on the East Coast because they're not gonna travel all the way back. They're gonna stay on the East Coast and they're gonna practice in the snow and they're gonna kill everybody else.
Nah, they
Bro,
don't.
I don't
they're
get-
going to-
The
they're going
Bills
to
aren't gonna
murder
be
them.
as bad as people think.
We're not saying that they're going to be terrible, but
But
the
it-
Niners are just a
it's
much
not-
better team.
Okay, you're right on that, but it's not gonna be a blowout, dude. They're not gonna like.
You know what? I'm putting
Hell is a L.
Okay,
case of do.
What is
The
the
Bills lose by
blowout?
20. The
they're
Bills lose
not
by
gonna lose
20.
by 20. They're not gonna lose by 20.
The Bills
He
lose
wants
by
some dew on
20.
it. He wants some dew.
I'm putting due on it. The Bills lose by
Okay.
20.
I will say the Niners win by 10. I think that's the
10?
most they'll
Not
lose
enough.
by.
14.
That's not enough.
14.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
You gotta think logically. They're not gonna get
I
blown
am
out,
thinking logically.
dude.
I'm
I don't
letting,
care.
I'm walking my bias out the door right now. The lowest I go was 2 touchdowns.
I don't care what you say. Josh Allen, no matter what, will easily keep this game close just because it's Josh Allen.
I don't believe that.
Why?
Dog, he lost by 20 to the Patriots recently.
Okay, but that was Belichick. He can't.
Okay,
he doesn't know what
and?
to do with Belichick. That's
And?
different.
Is it different?
Yeah.
A better team's a better team at the end of the day.
Okay. I think the Bills lose.
Oh my god.
So here's something I noticed. Y'all are both just arguing over like how much they lose by. So, but regardless of that, I noticed a lot of they have so many primetime games. But the thing is, so that going from week 14 to week 15 from the Bears to the Rams, they have a 4-day break, and then from the Rams to the Dolphins in Miami, they have a 10-day break, and then from the
That's
Dolphins to the Lions, they have a 8-day break. And the thing is, when you look at these two, you look at their schedule. They have a couple of games where they're playing pretty close, but for the most part, they have 7 to 10 days off, multiple weeks.
Okay. Sure. But like you can argue too, like almost every team has that too. But like not obviously not in that order, but it's like they'll have those type of moments throughout the year. So does that really matter? Who knows? But okay. So what, week 14 against the Bears? We're
Yeah.
on? So they
lose.
win that.
I mean, they
They're
win.
not
Sorry.
they're not losing to the Bears.
I was already in a losing mindset for the Bills. Sorry.
Okay.
They finished a sweep against the Rams.
Yes.
They beat Miami.
This is ooh.
Now listen, late season Miami has been falling off lately.
They're in Miami as well.
It's in Miami.
I don't care. They're both warm weather teams.
Hey, give me the win for Miami Dolphins.
No.
Give me the Niners, and then they lose to the Lions.
Oh my God. Who's gonna stop Tyreek is my thing. Is he gonna be there by week 16?
Maybe he's going to be off celebrating another pregnancy because I think he got his wife pregnant again.
Yeah, that's 10 and
I have two. Okay, here, I have too many wins from the Niners. I think they lose to Miami, and then I think Detroit gets their revenge and wins week 17.
so they finish it with the Cardinals away.
I think they get back-to-back losses week 16, 17, and then they win week 18.
Do they start their starters week 18 or do they sit them?
They'll sit them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, at least 13 wins.
13 wins. So you want them to be one game better than last year?
Yes. I think they will be. The only one that I can see him flipping would be one of those division games, let's say Seattle, right? I think that's out of their division, they'll probably lose to Seattle, most likely.
I'm saying they lose to Seattle at home. That's the one
one
game.
Okay.
That's the one flipper.
That's the one flipper. Or Dallas makes a surprise. No,
Dallas ain't doing jack.
No. All right. I'll say the Bears is the one flipper too.
Is that your hot take? Hot take.
I think the Bear that's the hot take of the season. Sure, the Bears beat the Niners. Caleb Williams has like an incredible season, and just they beat
you want to
the
know what my
reigning
Niners
NFC
hot take
team.
is? You want my Niners hot take?
I think they lose one to Seattle. That's mine.
Yeah. Okay. I'll stick with that. So, what do we have? 12 wins now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still 12-5. So at the current moment, we have Arizona improving a little bit, Seattle staying the same. I think the Rams
basically staying the same, slightly improving, and then the Niners will be the same.
Wow.
But like,
we'll have pretty much the same exact team or division for last year.
That's crazy.
Like that's the problem is like the Niners are so top heavy. Like there's no way these other teams are gonna be able to move past them unless like freak injuries hit the Niners. That's the only way. Like if McCaffrey, Purdy were hurt, it's over. But like that, I don't even know. Maybe even Bosa. I don't know.
I think it's impressive that Bosa actually stayed healthy for a season.
He was so mid last year though. Very mediocre. Actually, yes, so that doesn't matter. So
he probably has to pop off because there's no more Chase to take the edge off of him.
Sure. Okay.
Well,
that was heated. That was a little heated. I apologize.
Got a little wicked in there.
Okay, so their ceiling is like 13 wins, 14 wins. What's their floor?
Their floor is 10. Minimum 10. No less than 10.
Yeah, no double figures. I mean double digits. Same thing. I don't give a fuck. Oh.
I would be shocked if they had less than 8 wins. I'll say that. Actually, no. Less. I think I'll say 9. No, yeah, less than 8. If they somehow get less than 8, let me rethink that. Because there's a lot of like 1, 2.
I think if they have anything less than
5,
less than 9 or less than 10, I'm intrigued.
I don't know why. I just realized
realistically
they would have to lose all the top games in order to get to be this bad.
Dude, I just realized something. McCaffrey had 2,000 all-purpose yards last year.
Yeah. And you say McCaffrey isn't the whole offense. Come on now.
He definitely best offensive player.
He is the reason why they are good.
That's fact.
Also, Fred Warner had 132 tackles.
He's the reason
4
why
interceptions.
Is insane.
4 interceptions. 11 pass deflections.
I
never realized how much work he put in last year.
And Dre Greenlaw probably won't start the season either.
Oh, he's out for the season.
Achilles, right?
He's gonna be
towards Achilles Super Bowl, bro.
He's not. He doesn't need a boot anymore. He should.
Yeah, but he's not gonna like. Most likely, he'll come back in like the second half of the season if they really do. bring him back. But like to me, they won't have to really like. To me, I don't think they'll push him to come back until like towards the end of the season because I think they're just gonna be good enough that they won't need him.
Yeah.
So like maybe like once they make the playoffs, they'll just bring him back or something. I don't know.
Well,
I completely forgot about how he just tore it running onto the field.
that was so bad.
So sad. All right. Do y'all have any hot takes for this team before we go?
My hot take: Buccaneers win a game.
They lose to the Bucks.
Yeah, that's my hot take.
They're gonna lose to Seahawks at one point, I think.
The Patriots beat them.
I'm loving that Omega is sticking with this right now.
I think they have a harder time in the division this year. So I see them picking up 2 losses in the division, Seahawks and the Rams. That's me. That's my hot take.
I like how this is the hot takes when it gets to good teams. We're just like, we have to have them lose a game.
Yes, literally. Like they can't be perfect.
I think.
Let me put on my thing.
I don't know if this is that odd of a take, but I think Brock Purdy will have a down year.
So anything less than 4,200 yards and what?
Sure.
Like, what's up with this Brock Purdy hate? Y'all are killing me, man.
Because he's mediocre.
Look.
Mediocre. What are we talking?
Look.
He's a system quarterback.
Brock Purdy is a great system quarterback. I'm not saying he's bad, okay? He's a good quarterback. But to me, if you put him on any other team, he is not doing what he's doing right now.
Listen, it's ridiculous that we can sit here and say that if we put anybody on any other team, they wouldn't be doing the same thing.
Dog,
yes,
but Sam Darnold in on the end of the season, he had 300 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yes. He's not okay. Hold on, Davion. Do you think he's an elite QB?
Please.
By elite, this is the combo for elite QBs: Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen. I'll put Aaron Rodgers in there when he's healthy.
Come on. I think what I watched in the playoffs last season from Brock Purdy, there were 2 different games where they needed their quarterback to step up and make big time throws, make big time decisions. I think you guys are being too harsh on him because he's in that team, in that system. Look at Tom Brady. The teams around Tom Brady throughout his career were good. No,
you're right.
A good defense.
Hold on. Regardless, offense or defense,
regardless,
they were good, but they were good.
So the thing
is, no, let me finish. You're taking the whole thing that these teams don't have great teams around them. Don't get me wrong. At the start of Patrick Mahomes' career, was his team around him not good? Okay. Like we have to stop this, and that Brock Purdy is just being force-fed greatness.
He's not being forced.
He's not being force-fed.
Definitely not hard.
Listen, just because you have one player, one quarterback, doesn't mean you're instantly a Super Bowl team.
It's a plug and play system.
Whatever.
Let me just say this: the Niners went to 2 Super Bowls. They had 2 separate QBs. Okay. If you're talking about plug and play, to me, if you put any other QB in there, I think that's as capable as Purdy, it'll be the same thing.
Okay, time out. Let's say, you put Derek Carr in that system, what happens?
I think it's the same thing.
Fuck off. Get out of here with that. I'm done. Like,
why?
That's a joke and you know it. Oronde. It's a joke and he knows it. Get out of here.
But no,
no, I don't. Okay, Derek Carr is bad.
Stop it.
He's probably the bottom.
He won't be as good as Purdy is doing, I will say, but he will be good enough to win games because of the team.
He will lose you 5 games himself.
Okay, so who's the worst starting QB in the league?
Purdy on the Saints.
Who's the worst starting QB in the league?
Good team.
Stop! No, they aren't.
No, they're not. No,
they're going to be the same.
Probably, yeah, same. Honestly, no improvement, no
mediocre to bad.
But you think about it. Brock Purdy protects the football, does he not?
Yeah,
no.
He didn't throw picks.
He had 11 and 28 sacks. Actually, it should have been more, but a lot of them got called up for penalties.
Okay,
he also got to the Super Bowl as well. My point.
You're right.
Like we're missing.
Yeah, with the system. That's the point we're making here.
No. Brock Purdy did some work in the playoffs last season.
Work.
He did not easily get taken.
Davion, I'm not saying he's bad. I think he's good. I just think there are better
bigger,
QBs.
bro.
I don't to me. I don't think.
What is he? Top
think,
what? Top
think
top
bigger.
10? Top
I
60?
think no. I can't put him top 10. I think you can put him in like the 11 to 15 range, and I'm fine with that.
11 to 15 range.
Hey.
Hear me out.
Name me 10 quarterbacks. Name me 10 quarterbacks that's above him.
Okay, not in order.
Oh,
not
easy.
Not in
Not in
order.
order.
Okay, so we're gonna go Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen. I will put Justin Herbert in there. I will put. Why?
Timeout, brother.
Brother. For y'all's argument's sake, y'all know I love Justin Herbert. But for what Brock Purdy has done compared to
Matt, you're playing dirty for mentioning Herbert.
Yes. So
why is it? I'm not. What's so bad about Herbert?
It's just because it's Davion. We're arguing with Davion here.
That's 3. Continue.
Okay. Did I say Josh Allen already?
Yes, you did. You did.
Jalen Hurts. I'll take over him.
Why?
No. Oh my!
Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to remember who.
Let me continue.
I was trying to remember who he was. That's 4.
Jared Goff. I take over. Okay.
That's a fact.
Whoa.
That's a good dog. That's not a bad take. Jared Goff to me is a top 10 QB this year.
He's been to a Super Bowl also.
Joe Burrow. When healthy.
Absolutely.
Dak Prescott. He puts up the numbers.
But y'all are sitting here saying that Brock Purdy doesn't put the numbers up. He does too.
We never said he never put the numbers
up. We never said that he's.
No, that's not something we said.
But I'm saying
your argument is that he puts up the numbers. Didn't give Brock Purdy the same respect. He has better numbers than Jared Goff.
Respect?
Does he not? Let's look. Okay, let's look at the stats for last season.
Oh my god!
You keep naming your people. Go ahead.
Okay, so how many is that?
That's 5.
That's 5. Okay, so I have Goff, Lamar, Mahomes, Herbert, Allen, Prescott, Burrow. That's 7. Jalen Hurts is 8. I'll put Stafford in there when he's healthy. I put him at
TJ Stroud.
Yeah.
If we're talking last year, I can put him in there.
Okay, but let's look at his stats from last season. Let's look at
hell.
Okay.
Hell, Jordan Love is it's
I was thinking
the same,
Jordan
if not
Love.
better. Jordan Love, brother.
Can we look at his? Let's look at his stats from last season. Can we look at his stats from last season?
Guess who has better stats than Brock Purdy last year?
69.4%
Jordan Love.
completion.
Okay.
200 yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 picks. He had a 113 QBR. Like what? Like what are we doing? Like what are we talking?
Yeah, and there's still players better than him.
Okay,
yes,
let's look at the quarterback stats.
Here's what I'll say. You could put Purdy in the top 10, but it's like 10 to me. Like that's the only place. I can't put 2 in there. I won't put Kirk Cousins in there. I won't put
Jared Goff
Big Kirk out.
What's wrong with Jared Goff? He took them to a playoff.
Why are you hating on Jared Goff? We're not doing this.
He just got the bag for a reason. He's the reason why the Dolphins
he got the bag again because
good.
He's that good.
He brought a team to a Super Bowl too.
And they played a pretty decent game. It was a really defensive Super Bowl.
Yeah, they almost beat Tom Brady.
Okay, y'all are talking, but stat-wise, Purdy is 5th in the NFL right now. 5th.
That's crazy. How he actually plays is no better than 10.
Okay, but guess what?
Let's look at Goff then.
No, Goff's 2. I got that, but my point is, y'all will like give one argument for one player and then completely say, "Oh, who cares about him?" for the other argument. Like,
still haven't done that. That's just
yes,
you because you didn't even want to include Justin Herbert in the fucking list.
My point. Herbert had a terrible season last year.
Your glorious king who was hurt.
This is a freaking video. I'm done.
To me, Davion, to me. This is my final say. This is all I'm going to say. We're at a get here. Purdy is a good quarterback. To me, he's not elite. He doesn't change a team. Compared to the ones
he's not a game changer.
I 100% agree. All quarterbacks do not need to change their team. All elite quarterbacks.
Because of what? It's a system. Because it's a motherfucking system.
Okay.
Brother, it's a
Don't blame him for
system.
being in the
You
system.
had a helicopter way of getting
Don't
there,
blame
but
him
it's
for
a
being in the
system.
The great quarterbacks do it themselves. Like the Mahomes,
Oh, okay.
like the Josh Allens, like the Lamars, the Rodgers.
I got a question. Terry Bradshaw was an elite quarterback.
System. He was so mid.
System.
But my point.
He also had an incredible defense.
Troy
Back him
Aikman.
He also whatever. I'm done. I'm
Okay.
finished. I'm done. I can't argue with stupid. I'm pissed off. I'm done.
I'm about to make my background. I'm with stupid, so I can point at Davion.
All right,
You should be pointing at Matt.
Sorry, one more hot take, okay? If you put Zach Wilson in that Niners offense, how many wins are they getting?
All right, this has been a great video. San Francisco fans, I argue to make sure to see what this debate.
They get 9 wins on that team.
They get 9 to 10 wins.
I've been your host, Davion. That's been Dumb and Dumber, and you got Omega just looking like
wow.
I let me know how y'all feel about Brock Purdy. I think he's elite. Plain and simple. I've been your host. This has been Davion.
You're about to get crucified.
That's